In the vast expanse of deep space, a mighty alien fleet from the Zerthian Empire cruises toward a distant star system, the one known as Earth's home. The Zerthians, advanced beyond comprehension, have dominated the galaxy for centuries. Their technologies, far superior to anything humans could ever dream of, have allowed them to easily crush any lesser species that dared to challenge their rule. As they glide effortlessly through the void, the commander of this fleet, General Kale, is in a conference room, surrounded by his top commanders. They're discussing the insignificant speck of a world known as Earth, and how it poses no real threat to their empire. The humans, as they call them, are seen as primitive, chaotic, and hopelessly backward in terms of technological development. The Zerthians had long dismissed Earth as a world unworthy of attention, a place to be ignored. Its people, in their view, are weak and far from capable of posing a challenge to the might of the Zerthian Empire. That is until a sudden message interrupts the general's thoughts. On Kel's screen, a transmission from an unknown source begins to play. It's in a language he does not recognize, but the images that accompany it are clear enough. They show Earth, images of violent battles, cities reduced to rubble, and human soldiers fighting with an almost animalistic ferocity. There are scenes of ancient wars, the violent history of humanity splashed across the screen in a brutal collage of bloodshed. The transmission ends with a chilling threat. You've been warned. Stay away from Earth. The humans will fight you to the end. At first, the aliens laugh. How could a species like this ever stand up to the Zerthians? General Kale chuckles as he turns to his officers, dismissing the transmission as a fluke, a joke. Primitive creatures, how amusing, he says. They truly believe they can stand against us. However, as the laughter subsides, a sudden warning flashes on the command deck. A red alert blinks on the screen, accompanied by a jarring beeping sound that cuts through the room like a knife. A fleet-wide message appears in bold letters. Cloaked weapons detected. Energy signatures rising. The Zerthians freeze, their earlier amusement quickly turning to confusion. Earth, the planet they had so easily written off, has activated unknown cloaked weapons, the likes of which the Zerthians have never seen before. They were supposed to be an inferior species, not even capable of hiding their weapons, yet here they are, showing a display of hidden power. Is this a mistake? One of the officers asks, voice laced with doubt. Is this an overestimation? General Kale, visibly disturbed, considers the data for a moment. He taps a few commands into his console. The readings are undeniable. Earth has deployed something much more dangerous than they anticipated. He orders a reconnaissance mission. It's a simple strategy. A quick probe to verify whether this is some kind of glitch in their sensors, or if Earth is truly hiding an unknown threat. As the fleet nears Earth, they begin to approach cautiously, scanning for any signs of danger. But what they see when they come closer shakes them to their core. A massive Earth ship, previously hidden by cloaking technology, suddenly emerges from Earth's atmosphere. Its energy signature is unlike anything they've encountered before. The Zerthians stare at the readings, stunned. It is a weapon, and it is unlike anything the humans should be capable of. The ship begins charging its weapons, and in that instant, the first alien fighters are struck down in a series of violent explosions. The Zerthians' fighters, normally invincible, are disabled one after another as Earth's weaponry takes them out with pinpoint accuracy. General Kale watches in disbelief as his fleet is torn apart by an enemy they had dismissed as weak. The realization crashes into him like a freight train. These humans, these so-called primitives, might not be the pushovers they once thought. The sheer audacity of their technology and their ruthlessness stuns him. The aliens scramble to regain control, but it's too late. The Earth ship continues to unleash deadly fire, cutting down Zerthian fighters with terrifying precision. Their sensors go haywire as the humans' cloaking technology jams their systems, causing panic among the alien ranks. As the chaos unfolds, the camera shifts to Earth's surface, where a small squad of soldiers prepares for battle. The protagonist of our story, Bonner, leads this force. Bonner is a tall, determined soldier, one of Earth's finest. His dark eyes reveal a focused intensity, and his grizzled face hints at the battles he's faced. Bonner's soldiers, a handful of battle-hardened veterans, gather around him, preparing for a counterattack. Their mission is simple but deadly: defend Earth at all costs. The alien fleet above them may be overwhelming, but Bonner has one advantage. The humans have always fought with the heart of survivors. Their greatest weapon is not their technology, but their will to fight. Bonner's team is equipped with the latest advancements in human warfare: cloaking devices, electromagnetic pulse, EMP grenades, and advanced robotic soldiers controlled by AI. With these tools, they stand a chance against the much larger alien force. As Bonner leads his team through the war-torn landscape of a major city, the camera focuses on his expression. There's a depth to his eyes, an emotional core that has been built through years of sacrifice and loss. Bonner's past is a mystery to those around him, but his pain is visible in every step he takes. His comrades, who have fought beside him through countless battles, know that he is fighting not just for Earth, but for something personal. The death of his best friend, Maya, in a previous mission haunts Bonner. Her face flashes in his mind as he orders his team forward, pushing them to give their all. Maya had been his closest companion, his right-hand soldier, and her death during a Zerthian raid sparked a fire in Bonner that would never go out. Her memory drives him to fight harder than anyone else, to avenge her and protect the planet she had loved. As Bonner prepares for the next phase of the mission, he reflects on the cruelty of war, the countless lives lost in the battles before, and the people he's had to leave behind. But the drive for vengeance is strong, and nothing, not even the mighty alien fleet in the sky, will stand in his way. In the distance, a loud rumble shakes the ground. Alien forces have landed, and the battle for Earth is about to intensify. Bonner and his team ready their weapons and march into the fray, knowing full well that this fight will define humanity's place in the galaxy. They are not the weaklings the aliens believe them to be. They are the last hope of Earth, and they will not surrender. The alien commander, still reeling from the shock of Earth's first strike, begins to understand the scale of his miscalculation. His overconfidence may very well cost the Zerthians their most precious victory. As the battle on the ground rages, Bonner's eyes blaze with determination. The fate of Earth lies in the balance, and Bonner, haunted by loss and driven by vengeance, is ready to lead the charge. The humans may be outgunned, but they will not be outfought. The Zerthian fleet approaches Earth, its massive ships cutting through the void of space with ease. General Kale watches as his forces prepare for the final push, confident that their superior technology and overwhelming numbers will crush the humans once and for all. He believes the battle will be swift, a mere formality in their conquest of Earth. The humans had been a nuisance, sending out bold threats and surprises, but that was all, just primitive posturing, nothing more. They were destined to fall beneath the might of the Zerthian Empire. But as the fleet gets closer, Kel's smug confidence begins to fade. What he doesn't know is that Earth is not as defenseless as he believes. The humans have prepared for this moment, and they've been working in the shadows, developing technologies and strategies that even the most advanced alien minds couldn't predict. Suddenly, the first sign of resistance erupts. The Zerthian ships are jolted by a series of electromagnetic pulses, powerful enough to disable their systems and send shockwaves throughout their fleet. The aliens scramble to regain control, but it's too late. The damage has been done. The human forces, concealed beneath the cloak of invisibility, have launched their first surprise strike. Bonner's team, using their advanced cloaking technology, has already infiltrated the Zerthian fleet's outer perimeter. Each Earth soldier is equipped with high-tech EMP grenades that they can deploy with pinpoint precision. The humans know that they're outmatched in terms of raw firepower, but they have one advantage. the element of surprise. As Bonner watches the chaos unfold on his tactical display, he can't help but feel a surge of pride. The human forces are fighting back with everything they have, and the Zerthian fleet is struggling to keep up. Alien ships, once so confident and invulnerable, are now being crippled by invisible, relentless attacks. The Zerthians' advanced systems are being shut down one by one, unable to process the human-made countermeasures that are assaulting them. In the midst of the chaos, Bonner orders his team to launch a series of orbital bombardments. The Earth ships, hidden in plain sight, emerge from their cloaked positions and unleash devastating firepower. The first wave of attacks is swift and precise, targeting key points in the Zerthian ships: engine rooms, weapon bays, communication arrays. The Earth ships, while technologically inferior to their alien counterparts, are proving to be far more adaptable and resourceful. Their tactics are unpredictable, their movements erratic but effective. The alien forces, used to controlling the battlefield with their advanced technology, are caught off guard. Zerthian ships are not designed to deal with this level of guerrilla warfare. As Earth's ships disappear back into the atmosphere, their cloaking technology hides them from the alien scanners. The Zerthian fleet, in disarray, scrambles to locate their attackers, but Earth's ships are always one step ahead. The battle in space is a violent, high-speed chess match. The Earth fleet moves in and out of the atmosphere, launching surprise attacks, only to vanish into the clouds again, leaving the aliens struggling to keep up. The Zerthians, for the first time, are on the defensive, and the humans are exploiting every gap in their strategy. Meanwhile, General Kale is watching the scene unfold from his command ship. His face is no longer the confident, calculating expression it once was. His eyes narrow as he watches his fleet being torn apart by an enemy that shouldn't even be able to fight back. The Earthlings are using stealth tactics he had never anticipated, and they're succeeding. At first, Kel had believed the reports were exaggerated. Humans had sent out threats, and their technology had seemed like nothing more than primitive toys compared to the might of the Zerthian Empire. But as the battle rages on, he begins to realize the horrifying truth. The humans are not as weak as they seem. Their resistance is growing stronger by the minute. What was once a minor nuisance has become a significant threat. The panic begins to set in among the Zerthian ranks. They had underestimated the humans, and now they're paying the price. The alien fleet had always prided itself on its technological superiority, but now it is clear that Earth's ingenuity and unpredictability are proving to be just as powerful. The Zerthians may have the firepower, but the humans have the will to survive. And that is something the aliens cannot account for. Back on Earth, Bonner's team presses forward with their attacks. Each mission is more dangerous than the last, but their resolve only strengthens. Bonner's face is grim as he leads his team through the smoke-filled ruins of the city, knowing that they are only one step away from either victory or complete destruction. The fate of humanity rests on their shoulders, and they cannot afford to fail. The human forces continue to employ unconventional tactics, using the terrain to their advantage. Earth's forces are familiar with every inch of their planet's surface, and they use this knowledge to stage ambushes and set traps for the alien invaders. The battle becomes a brutal game of cat and mouse, where the humans strike hard and fast, then vanish into the shadows before the aliens can retaliate. The visual intensity of the battle is unmatched. Earth ships, cloaked from sight, explode out of the atmosphere like phantoms, launching devastating barrages of energy at the alien ships. Alien vessels, once sleek and formidable, are now twisting in the void, their systems flickering and failing as Earth's advanced weaponry disables them. The humans are turning the tide of the battle, one calculated strike at a time. On the ground, Bonner's team moves like a well-oiled machine, coordinating their attacks with military precision. They strike at key Zerthian strongholds, taking down alien walkers and disabling communication towers. They are hitting the invaders where it hurts, making every shot count. Back in space, Kale is running out of options. His fleet is decimated, and his soldiers are demoralized. The humans' relentless resistance has shaken him to his core. He orders his fleet to regroup and prepare for a final assault. But he knows the truth now. Victory is no longer a certainty. The humans have proven themselves to be far more capable than anyone had ever imagined. With every passing minute, General Kale feels the weight of his mistake. He had underestimated Earth, and now it might be too late to turn the tide. His once unshakable confidence has been replaced by a creeping fear. Fear of the humans, of their technology, and of their will to survive. The Zerthians had thought they were invincible, but now they are learning the hard way that underestimating Earth was the biggest mistake of their lives. The battle for Earth is far from over, and the humans are far from beaten. As the last of the Zerthian ships are taken down, Bonner's eyes scan the horizon. The fight is far from finished. The Earth has made its stand, but the true test is yet to come. As Earth's forces regroup for the final push, the humans stand resolute, ready to face whatever the alien empire throws at them next. It's not just a fight for survival anymore. It's a fight for the future of the galaxy. The battle in space continues to rage, with Earth's forces slowly gaining ground against the overwhelming alien fleet. The Zerthians, still reeling from the unexpected resistance, are scrambling to regroup and counterattack. General Kale's once confident demeanor has been replaced by desperation. He orders his forces to push forward, but the human forces, now more determined than ever, are relentlessly fighting back. Amid the chaos, Bonner's squad is given a mission, a covert operation that could change the course of the war. Intelligence has revealed the location of a Zerthian warship, a heavily fortified flagship that could prove to be the heart of the alien fleet. If the humans can infiltrate the ship and destroy it from within, they could cripple the Zerthian Empire's ability to wage war. The plan is simple but dangerous. Bonner and his squad will board the warship using advanced cloaking technology to avoid detection. Once inside, they will disable the ship's internal security systems using eye-controlled robots and plant explosives to cripple the vessel's power core. The mission is high risk, but Bonner knows it's the only chance to give humanity the edge they need. As Bonner and his team approach the alien warship, their cloaked shuttle slips unnoticed through the debris field. The tension is palpable, the air thick with anticipation. The warship looms ahead, its dark, imposing silhouette cutting through the stars. The team checks their equipment, ensuring their cloaking devices are functioning and their weapons are primed. The eye-controlled robots are ready, their metallic bodies programmed to carry out their tasks with precision and efficiency. With a soft hum, the shuttle docks with the warship, and Bonner leads the team onto the alien vessel. They move quietly through the darkened corridors, their footsteps muffled by the stealth suits they wear. The ship's alien architecture is stark and unfamiliar, with sharp angles and cold metallic surfaces. Bonner feels the weight of the mission pressing down on him, but he pushes the anxiety aside. There's no room for doubt now. As they move deeper into the ship, the team encounters their first obstacle, alien patrols. Bonner signals for silence, and the team takes cover. With practiced ease, they use their advanced tech to neutralize the aliens without making a sound. The eye-controlled robots work in tandem, hacking into the ship's security systems to disable cameras and lock down doors. Each step brings them closer to their target, but with every passing minute, the risk grows. The tension heightens as they reach the ship's main control room. Bonner's heart pounds in his chest as they breach the door, and what they find inside shocks them. Alien soldiers, much more advanced and formidable than they anticipated, are waiting for them. It's an ambush. The humans are outnumbered, but they're not unprepared. The battle that ensues is brutal and intense. Bonner and his squad, outnumbered and surrounded, fight with everything they have. The close-quarters combat is vicious, each blow carrying the weight of their struggle for survival. Bonner, driven by a deep sense of vengeance, pushes forward with unrelenting fury. The death of his closest friend, Maya, during a previous skirmish is fresh in his mind, and every alien soldier he takes down feels like a small victory in her honor. Maya's death had been a turning point for Bonner. She had been his partner, his closest ally in the war, and her loss had shattered him. He had promised her that he would survive, that he would continue the fight for humanity. Now, as he faces the Zerthian soldiers, her memory burns within him, fueling his rage. He fights not just for the survival of Earth, but for the memory of his fallen comrade. Bonner's anger reaches its peak when he comes face to face with the Zerthian officer responsible for Maya's death. The alien stands tall, a cruel smile twisting his face as he sees Bonner approaching. The two lock eyes, and Bonner's pulse quickens. This is the moment he's been waiting for. In one swift motion, he closes the gap and lunges at the alien, his fist connecting with the officer's jaw. The alien staggers back, stunned, but Bonner doesn't stop. He continues to pummel the officer, every blow infused with the anger and pain he's carried since that fateful day. In the heat of the battle, Bonner's mind flashes back to that day, the moment when Maya was killed. She had been leading a charge against the aliens, her courage unmatched. But she had been struck down, and Bonner had barely managed to escape with his life. The guilt had haunted him ever since, and now, standing over the officer who had taken her life, he feels a wave of satisfaction. This is for Maya. With the officer incapacitated, Bonner and his team move quickly to finish the mission. They plant the explosives near the ship's power core, their hearts racing as they work against the clock. The ship is on high alert, and the Zerthian forces are closing in. The battle is far from over, but they've done their part. The ship will fall, and the Zerthian fleet will be one step closer to defeat. As the countdown begins, Bonner and his squad make their way back to the shuttle, fighting off any remaining alien soldiers in their path. The sound of their heavy footsteps echoes through the halls of the warship, blending with the chaos of the battle around them. They're running out of time, but Bonner feels a sense of resolve. He can hear Maya's voice in his head, urging him forward. He won't let her down. With seconds to spare, the team boards the shuttle and blasts off from the alien warship. Behind them, the ship erupts in a fiery explosion as the explosives detonate. The shockwave reverberates through the fleet, and Bonner watches as the warship is torn apart. The mission is a success, but the cost has been high. The humans have dealt another blow to the Zerthian Empire, but they know this is just the beginning. The fight for Earth, and for the future of the galaxy, is far from over. The battle for Earth has escalated beyond anything anyone could have imagined. The alien forces, led by Commander Kale, have suffered significant losses, and the once confident empire is beginning to crumble. However, instead of retreating or reassessing their strategy, Kale orders a full-scale planetary assault. He believes that the only way to subdue Earth and its people is to obliterate the planet itself. As the alien forces prepare for their final assault, Bonner and his team are not sitting idle. The human soldiers have seized control of the Zerthian flagship's AI system, a monumental feat that has tilted the balance of power in their favor. The alien ships, which were once coordinated and unstoppable, now find themselves sluggish and uncoordinated, their operations grinding to a halt as the human forces exploit the ship's vulnerabilities. This unexpected advantage comes at a crucial time. Earth's fleet is now engaged in a desperate full-scale space battle with the alien forces, trying to hold back the overwhelming invasion. The situation is dire. Earth's military is vastly outgunned, with limited resources and even fewer options. But despite the odds, humanity's forces are holding their ground. The alien ships, once thought to be invincible, are beginning to falter under the relentless counterattacks. Earth's soldiers, armed with advanced technology and unyielding determination, refuse to back down. Their strength lies not in their advanced weaponry or superior numbers, but in their unwavering will to fight for their home, their families, and their future. Bonner's team, meanwhile, has an important mission: sabotage the Zerthian flagship. As the human forces keep the aliens distracted, Bonner leads his squad on a daring infiltration mission. Their goal is to plant explosives deep within the heart of the flagship and ensure that the alien forces are forced to retreat. The squad, though tired and battle-worn, is driven by the belief that this mission could turn the tide of the war. As they approach the alien flagship, cloaked and ready for action, the team's nerves are on edge. The ship is a massive structure, imposing and cold, with an air of inevitability hanging over it. Inside, the alien soldiers are still recovering from the earlier attacks, and Bonner knows that the next few minutes could be their last. Every step they take could be their final move, but the team is undeterred. They've come this far, and they won't back down now. The infiltration begins smoothly enough, with Bonner and his squad disabling security systems and evading alien patrols. They are aided by the hijacked eye, which has already provided invaluable information about the ship's layout and security protocols. With each passing moment, they move deeper into the heart of the flagship, their sense of purpose growing stronger. But then, disaster strikes. A group of Zerthian soldiers stumbles upon their location. The humans have been discovered, and the quiet stealth mission is thrown into chaos. The squad is immediately engaged in close-quarters combat, fighting with everything they have to hold off the enemy. Bonner and his team unleash a flurry of advanced tech and hand-to-hand combat, battling the aliens with fierce precision. The odds are stacked against them. There are more Zerthian soldiers than humans, and the ship's unfamiliar terrain works against them. But despite the overwhelming numbers, Bonner's squad refuses to give up. They fight not just for survival, but for something far greater: the survival of Earth itself. The squad's teamwork and ingenuity become their greatest assets as they use everything at their disposal: EMP grenades, cloaking devices, and even the ship's own systems against the aliens. Every alien soldier that falls to their weapons brings them one step closer to their goal. Bonner leads the charge, his eyes set on the ship's core, where the explosives will be planted. His thoughts are consumed with the faces of those he's lost: Maya, the brave soldier who gave her life for the cause, and all the others who have died in this endless struggle. Each victory, no matter how small, feels like a step toward honoring their sacrifice. But there is no time to mourn. The mission is far from over. The tension rises to unbearable heights as the team finally reaches the ship's central core. With a surge of adrenaline, Bonner and his squad work quickly to place the explosives. The hum of the devices echoes through the ship, signaling that time is running out. The team's movements are precise, but there's no escaping the inevitable. Alien reinforcements are closing in. It's a race against time, and Bonner knows that the next few minutes will determine the fate of Earth and its people. Just as the final explosive is set, the Zerthian forces breach the room. A new wave of aliens pours in, and the humans are forced to make their stand. The situation is dire, but the squad is not backing down. In one final act of defiance, Bonner charges at the incoming aliens, his weapon drawn. The close-quarters combat that ensues is brutal, but Bonner's determination is unmatched. He fights through the alien ranks, refusing to let them stop him. With a final, desperate push, Bonner and his squad manage to hold the line long enough for the explosives to be detonated. The flagship shakes violently, and the ship's systems begin to collapse in on themselves. The massive structure begins to buckle under the pressure of the internal explosion, and the alien forces, now in disarray, are forced to retreat. As Bonner and his team make their escape, the flagship erupts in a fiery explosion. The shockwave ripples through space, signaling the destruction of one of the alien fleet's most formidable assets. The humans have succeeded in their mission, but the battle is far from over. Bonner and his squad, though battered and exhausted, know that their fight is not yet finished. The aliens are now on the defensive, but they will not go down without a fight. Earth's forces have struck a decisive blow, but the price of victory has been high. The war is far from over, and the fight for Earth's survival continues. Bonner's team has proven that even against impossible odds, humanity will rise up and fight for its future. And in the hearts of every soldier, there burns a fire that will not be extinguished until victory is theirs. The war for Earth has come to its most critical juncture. The alien forces, once confident in their superiority, have been dealt significant blows by humanity's resourcefulness and determination. Earth's forces, led by Bonner, have successfully infiltrated and sabotaged key alien warships, and now the final confrontation is upon them. The alien mothership, a colossal ship that commands the fleet, looms in space, ready to unleash its full might on Earth. The fate of the planet lies in the balance. Bonner stands at the helm of Earth's fleet, ready to face the alien commander one final time. The stakes could not be higher. If they fail, Earth will be obliterated. But Bonner and his soldiers know they have no other choice but to fight with everything they have. The battle ahead will be their last stand, and they will not back down. With a nod from Bonner, the order is given to engage. Earth's forces charge toward the alien mothership, their cloaked fighter jets cutting through space with deadly precision. The advanced technology at their disposal is like nothing the alien forces have seen before. Cloaking devices allow Earth's ships to remain undetected as they move in on the mothership, striking with pinpoint accuracy. EMP weapons are deployed, disabling the alien ship systems and leaving it vulnerable to further attacks. It's a strategy that relies not just on power, but on precision and cleverness, proving that humanity's technological advances are formidable, despite the aliens' previous underestimation of them. The battle rages on in space, a chaotic spectacle of flashing lights, explosive blasts, and fierce combat. Earth's fighter jets weave through the sky, launching energy weapons that tear through the alien ships with devastating effects. On the ground, Bonner's forces have prepared for their final assault, engaging in ground combat with the alien soldiers who have come to Earth's surface. The alien mothership is surrounded by Earth's fleet, and the fight for survival has reached its peak. Bonner is not just commanding his forces from afar. He is in the thick of the battle, leading from the front. As the commander of Earth's forces, he understands the gravity of this moment. He knows that this is not just about winning the battle, but about securing Earth's future. His eyes are locked on the alien mothership, and every part of him is focused on taking it down. The past battles, the losses, and the sacrifices made by his comrades, all of them have led to this one moment. Bonner's mind drifts back to his fallen friends, those who gave their lives for this moment. Maida's face flashes in his mind, her smile, her courage. She had been his closest friend, his confidant, and her death had driven him to this moment. His heart aches with the memory of all those who had fought and died before him, and he knows he cannot let their sacrifices be in vain. He fights for them, for Earth, and for humanity's future. He will not allow the alien forces to destroy what they have worked so hard to protect. As Earth's forces close in on the mothership, the alien commander, Kale, prepares for the final showdown. He has watched the humans defy every expectation, every piece of advanced technology they have thrown at Earth. He underestimated them at first, but now he knows the truth. They are far stronger than anyone could have predicted. The aliens are beginning to retreat, but Kale refuses to give up. His empire is at stake, and he will stop at nothing to destroy Earth. The two commanders, Bonner and Kale, come face to face. The scene is intense, charged with the weight of everything that has happened before. This is more than a fight between two armies. It is a battle of wills, a contest of survival. Bonner steps onto the alien flagship, his eyes scanning the alien commander. Kale stands tall, exuding confidence, but there's a flicker of doubt in his eyes. He knows that Earth's forces have been relentless, and he has begun to feel the weight of his own empire's losses. The moment is charged with emotion, with the pain of all the lives lost during this war, and the hope that this fight will finally bring an end to the bloodshed. Bonner and Kale engage in a fierce duel. The alien commander, skilled in combat and armed with advanced technology, moves with precision, but Bonner is driven by something more powerful: rage, vengeance, and love for humanity. His fighting style is brutal, but efficient, each strike infused with the years of sacrifice and loss he has endured. The combat is fierce, with both commanders pushing each other to their limits. Bonner's movements are fueled by the memory of Maya, of the fallen comrades who have sacrificed everything for this moment. His anger drives him forward, and every punch, every strike, is a reflection of his desire to protect the Earth. Kale, for all his power and technology, is unable to match Bonner's raw determination. As the fight rages on, Bonner lands a final blow, sending the alien commander crashing to the ground. With Kale defeated, Bonner and his team make their final push to destroy the alien mothership. Earth's forces, emboldened by their leader's victory, launch their final assault on the mothership. Bonner's team plants the final explosives, ensuring the ship will not escape. The countdown begins, and the battle reaches its climax. The visual spectacle is nothing short of breathtaking. The sky above Earth is torn apart by orbital bombardments as Earth's forces pour everything they have into the final push. The alien ships are falling one by one, their systems shutting down as the human forces strike them with devastating accuracy. The mothership, once a symbol of alien dominance, is now a burning wreck in the sky, as Earth's forces close in for the final blow. As the final explosion rips through the alien mothership, the shockwave echoes across the battlefield. Earth's forces stand victorious, but the cost has been great. Many lives have been lost, and the scars of war will remain forever. But humanity has proven that, despite being outnumbered and outgunned, they are a force to be reckoned with. Bonner stands amidst the wreckage, his heart heavy with the loss of his comrades, but filled with the pride that they have achieved the impossible. The battle is over. The alien empire has been defeated, and Earth has survived. But the journey is not over. Bonner and his team have secured Earth's future, but the lessons of this war will not be forgotten. Humanity has proven that, when faced with the greatest odds, they will fight back, and they will win. The battle had been long and brutal, but now, the final blow was struck. The alien mothership, the heart of their vast armada, exploded in a violent burst of light, tearing through the stars as Earth's forces delivered the decisive blow. The enemy ships, crippled and leaderless, began to retreat in disarray. The once unstoppable alien fleet had been shattered, and with it, the dream of galactic conquest. Earth had won, against all odds, against overwhelming technological superiority. Humanity had proven that their will to survive, their ingenuity, and their relentless spirit were greater than anything the alien invaders could throw at them. For Bonner, the weight of the victory was both a relief and a burden. The cost of this war had been immense, with countless lives lost in the fight to protect the planet. As the final explosions rang out in the distance and the alien ships disappeared into the void, he couldn't help but reflect on everything that had led them to this moment. The sacrifices, the struggles, and the pain of losing comrades along the way. Each one of those moments had brought them to this point. The alien mothership was gone, but it didn't erase the loss of Maya, or the countless others who had fought and died to make this victory possible. Bonner stood on the deck of Earth's command ship, gazing out at the stars. His mind wandered back to the early days of the conflict when Earth had been nothing more than an unsuspecting target for the alien empire. How had they come so far? How had humanity managed to hold its ground against such overwhelming force? The answer was simple. It was their unity, their ability to adapt, and their sheer will to survive that had carried them through. Humans were capable of greatness, not because they were born with superior technology, but because they had the heart and the determination to overcome any obstacle. As Bonner reflected on the battles fought, the faces of his fallen comrades flashed in his mind. Maya's bright smile, the camaraderie of his squad, the moments of joy that had been fleeting but precious amidst the chaos. Each person who had given their life in this fight had made the victory possible. They had proven something far more significant than military might. They had shown the galaxy that humanity was not to be underestimated. The galaxy had looked down on them, dismissed them as primitive, but now they would know the truth. Humanity had earned its place among the stars. The Earth was battered, but it stood strong. The scars of war were evident, but they were not marks of defeat. They were symbols of resilience. Humanity had faced the most terrifying force in the galaxy and had emerged victorious. Now, Earth had a new reputation in the universe, one of power, unity, and strength. The alien invaders had been forced to retreat, and those who remained had seen firsthand what humanity was capable of. The victory was not just a military one. It was a statement. Earth was no longer a backwater planet, a target to be easily crushed. It was a force to be reckoned with. For Bonner, the end of the war didn't bring immediate relief. It wasn't the end of his personal journey. He had fought for Earth, yes, but he had also fought for his friends, for the memory of those who had fallen. The war was over, but the pain of loss lingered in his heart. He had seen his team grow, and he had seen them fall, but he knew that their sacrifice would not be in vain. The future was now in humanity's hands, and it was up to them to ensure that the peace they had won would last. As he stood there, Bonner realized that humanity's victory was only the beginning. The destruction of the alien mothership was a powerful symbol, but it didn't guarantee that they were safe from all threats. The galaxy was vast, and there were other forces out there, alien empires, advanced civilizations, and perhaps even other AI-driven beings who might challenge Earth's place in the universe. But Bonner had no doubt that humanity could face whatever came next. They had fought their way through this war, and they had proven that, no matter how high the odds stacked against them, they would always find a way to fight back. The war against the aliens had been about more than just survival. It had been about something deeper. It had been about humanity's right to exist in the galaxy, to take their place among the stars. And with this victory, humanity had proven that they would no longer be passive observers of the universe. They would be active participants, shaping their future and the future of the galaxy. In the aftermath of the battle, Earth began to rebuild. Cities that had been destroyed were reconstructed, families reunited, and the surviving soldiers returned home as heroes. The war had left scars, but it had also created a sense of unity among the people of Earth. They had faced their greatest fear, and they had emerged victorious. The bonds between nations grew stronger as humanity united under the common cause of protecting their world from future threats. The lessons learned in this war would shape the future, driving humanity to continue advancing, not just in technology, but in spirit. The final scenes of the battle slowly faded into the background as the alien forces retreated, nursing their wounds and licking their pride. The once mighty alien empire had crumbled, not through brute force, but through the sheer will and determination of humanity. They had shown the galaxy that Earth was not to be trifled with, and that when humanity came together, they could achieve the impossible. But even as the last of the alien ships disappeared into the void, there were whispers of new dangers emerging. On the other side of the galaxy, alien leaders gathered in secret councils, speaking in hushed tones of humanity's victory. They were afraid, not just of what humanity had accomplished, but of what it meant for the future. The next time they challenged Earth, they knew it would not end in their favor. Humanity's reputation was solidified, not as a planet to be crushed, but as a power that could not be ignored. The alien leaders were terrified. They realized that they had underestimated humanity, and that next time, it would be their downfall. Earth had proven its strength, and the galaxy would never look at humanity the same way again. From that day forward, Earth was no longer a mere player in the cosmic game. It had earned its place among the stars. As the final scene unfolds, we see Bonner standing on Earth, gazing at the stars once again. The battle was over, but the story of humanity's rise had just begun. There would be new challenges, new threats, and new opportunities. But humanity had proven one undeniable truth: they would never back down. The galaxy was now on notice. Earth was here to stay, and no one would ever forget the power and spirit of humanity.